On Sunday, we talked about the second of four themes from the Gospel of John. Jesus is the light of the world shining in the darkness. We talked about the fact that the darkness is often the confusion that results from societies like ours debating symbolic, irrelevant, petty things. And we mentioned specifically on Sunday the Cracker Barrel sign, Sydney Sweeney ads. When you have a society debating such irrelevant and useless controversies, you're not going to get anything but darkness. Well, a question came in after the service. If the church squabbles about gay and trans, etc., who will show them the light? One of the hazards of answering these questions is I don't have a lot of context for them. I don't have a lot of background. So I have to choose carefully what I think the background is, where I think the question is coming from. My first reaction to this question focuses on the word squabbles. There's a very common way of treating Christian objections to the transgender ideology, to homosexuality, treating those objections as mere squabbles, things that nice, mature people don't say and don't have debates about, don't really have any qualms with. These are not squabbles on the level of the Cracker Barrel logo. These are very serious issues that have to do with the core of sexual ethics, the core of what it means to be married as a man and a woman, the core of human dignity, the core of what it means to be a child procreating marriage and family, and what that involves in society. These are all issues that we don't need to talk about right now, but that's the seriousness of what we're talking about. These are not squabbles. But I could also see that the question might be coming from another perspective. It might be saying, these are indeed very serious issues, but the way Christians talk about them in the public spaces of social media and political debates, it reduces them to the level of squabbles. Our tone is petty, insulting, frequently seeking to score cheap shots, and I think that is a very serious problem with the way Christians are relating to other people and to each other in public issues. And so then the question becomes, if Christians reduce the serious issues of transgender ideology and homosexuality to this level of squabbling, how will anyone lead them to the light? So I think that's a question worth considering. So my take on it would be this. First of all, you have to choose. If you're going to take cheap shots, if you're going to insult people, if you're going to try to debate these issues at the level of insult humor, then it's very simple. You will not lead people to the light of Jesus Christ. That's just not going to happen. So if you want to lead people to Christ, you have to talk about serious, sensitive issues in a tone and with a manner and a demeanor that communicates seriousness, sobriety, and respect. So only that kind of discussion is going to lead people to the light. Period. Full stop. We're done. So we have a very immediate illustration of this right now. We have all been following the deadly shootings in the Annunciation School in Minneapolis. And the news has emerged, especially in the last 24 hours, that the shooter was trans, that Westman identified as a trans woman at the age of 17. And so, naturally, this revs up the whole machinery of symbolism and political debate around this issue, with many media outlets simply not wanting to address or report on the trans issue at all, and other media outlets reveling in this and stoking up the implications, supposedly, of what this shooter did. So what I would say is this: you have to choose right now, today, this week, how you're going to talk about this issue. If you choose to talk about it in a demeaning, disrespectful way that generalizes about all trans people, or whatever that may be, if you choose to do that, you will not lead people to Jesus. I don't know what you'll accomplish, but it won't be that. If you want to lead people to Jesus, you're going to have to pick a tone and a vocabulary and a demeanor to talk about this that is respectful of all people. And so that leads to the next question: what does it mean to lead people to the light? It means this in the Gospel of John and throughout the Bible. The light is Jesus. The light is not a lifestyle. There are principles of ethics, sexual ethics, and lifestyle in the Bible. We can talk about that, and we do talk about that. And so we all transgress those boundary lines. We all cross them. And the light of the gospel is not about the boundary lines that we are crossing. The light is Jesus himself. So when we talk about leading people to the light, we're talking about showing people who Jesus is. Then he displays the light in a person's life. He shows them the boundaries that he sees them crossing, and he leads them back toward himself. John talks about this in John chapter 3. He says the people who are in darkness don't want their deeds to be known, so they don't come to the light. But, he says, the people who do believe in the Son of God come into the light, so that their transformation will be seen to have been done by God himself. That's what we're leading people to. It's a high calling. It calls us out of the gutter world of social media and media in general to a world where we speak soberly and we speak respectfully, and we have the intention of bringing people to Christ himself. Some thoughts on an important question, and I hope that I have framed it appropriately.